Hello everybody, thanks for joining us in our never-ending quest to put together the most amazing collection of high-quality custom LEGO builds. Today we're adding to said collection with a ship that was highly requested, and so our builder BrickVault took it upon him to deliver us one of the coolest display pieces of this ship. BrickVault also designed the Eye of Sion and Thrawn's Chimera, so they sure know what they do. This is the Ahsoka's T-6 Shuttle that was seen in the Ahsoka show. The first time we have actually seen this ship was in the Clone Wars, where it belonged to the Republic and was one of the main ways of transportation for Jedi Masters like Shaak Ti or Obi-Wan. We saw a LEGO set of it back in 2011, I believe, which I loved as a child. It had a completely different color scheme and was lacking quite a few details that the Ahsoka model added. That one was highly modified with an added thruster and a rear turret, for example. The overall look was way more rugged, since probably Ahsoka and the Rebels in general didn't have access to regular repairs or cleanups. This model uses 3,184 pieces together with a black stand, and the pieces will cost you around 350 USD. If you are interested in adding this one to your collection, make sure to click on the link in the video description that takes you directly to our website brickvault.toys, of course right after watching this video, so you know what you're getting. Each model gets tested physically like this one to make sure that the model is buildable and handleable in real life compared to the studio program where it was digitally designed. A process that is kind of exclusive to BrickVault, in this scale at least. We are passionate MOC collectors ourselves, so it's not just business, but it's in our own best interest as well to have the best MOC possible in our collection, so you know you're getting the best of the best. Our designers are among the best LEGO builders on the planet, and each of your purchase supports what we do and the amazing builders we work with, like BrickVault. So that's brickvault.toys, and back to the video. This model is tall, a lot taller than our review setup allows for. No, I haven't upgraded to a bigger review space yet, but I will at some point. It's 49 centimeters tall on the stand, 31 centimeters long and 15 centimeters wide. For your reference, here is a light bulb next to it. The first thing that pops out to me besides the size is the way the wings have been constructed. Most of the wing uses regular plate and tile construction to tile off the bigger surfaces, but for the outer rim, no pun intended, BrickVault uses some pretty tricky angles and sloping here. The main reason for this is to capture the slight angle inwards towards the grey center area of the wing. The way these sections have been connected is pretty advanced, and in my opinion this section alone elevates this model from other MOCs of this ship, which mostly use plates and tiles to capture this look. Also, you might notice not all of the outer rim is angled, because in universe there also is a small inlet here that was recreated in the model as well. It's a small thing, but I just like the attention to detail here. The dark grey area is also really nicely detailed. We have a lot of different part types coming together here to form this sandwich style detail. You can even see a saw blade being used here. The top and bottom of the wing are mostly built the same, with the exception of the points where the stand connects. We'll come to that in just a minute. The cockpit is connected just with a pin, so it's possible to rotate it 360 degrees. You can open it up, and inside you will find 4 miniature seats represented with minifigure neck brackets in reddish brown. And in the front we have a whole control console in the form of this pretty common printed piece. I think that works really well in this small scale as well. Obviously this is not minifigure scale at all. A minifig scale one would be really massive, but let me know in the comments if that is something you would like to see. The most interesting part here is the use of the cockpit piece from the recent Ahsoka Jedi Interceptor set. A really clever part usage, I think. The main body of the ship is where this model really shines. First off, I love how BrickVault did the sides, angling these sub-assemblies in the front and in in the back so they fit in this space perfectly. The intake detail was recreated using sword pieces and these relatively recent T-shaped bar pieces with 3 clips, a really interesting way of achieving this detail. There are some windows replicated here with transparent tiles. We have some extremely nice details on the sides. We have a pistol here, a chainsaw, a microfig and a ton more greebly bits and pieces, all inset slightly into the sides, giving this part so much depth and variation. The round tile uses a sticker from the official LEGO set of this ship, which makes sense here I think. The bottom and top are built almost the same. The bottom is just missing this tile and it's a 4th engine on the back, but all the details are practically the same, which is accurate. In the back we have the engines with a bit of glow added deep inside, and above is the turret, which is built up using transparent pieces. The model is resting on a black stand and gets connected to it in 3 places using Technic axles that get inserted into the wing. The wing structure is built using Technic, so the whole model is really sturdy, but of course due to its size and the slimness of the design in universe, it can wobble quite a bit as you can see, but you don't have to worry about it breaking apart. BrickVault reinforced it so you don't make a mess if you bump into the table that it's standing on. The stand is pretty straightforward and it adds a few studs on each side to display minifig. But if this is too risky for you to display it like that, because maybe you have a cat or a child at home, you can also display this build in its landed position. Beneath the main hull are landing skids folded away that you can deploy and you can display it horizontally if you remove the stand. This is actually the first time I'm doing this here live on camera, so you can see how it works. The middle section can be removed since it's just slid into place with axles, and you can also remove the cockpit, although that's not really necessary I found during the process. You then connect these transparent pillars that come in the parts list as well, and yeah, just lay it on its side and connect the main fuselage back, rotate it 90 degrees and it's done. Takes up much more table space, but it can't be knocked over like this at least. And another benefit of displaying it like this is so that you can access the small interior space that BrickVault was able to add, despite a lot of space being used up to make this section strong. It's not a big interior, but it's still cool that it's there. You can see the table in the middle and a couple of doors leading into the cockpit and maybe into the crew quarters, which is fun. Most of the time you won't be seeing this section anyways, but at least it's fun to encounter it while building, and it just shows how passionate our designers are when it comes to designing these models. This is a display piece. It is not meant for play, even though you can maybe take off the microfigs on the sides and pretend that they're flying the ship or having a meeting in the interior space, but this is not intended for swooshing or play. The middle section is just inserted into the body using axles, and the stand is way too deeply integrated into the wing to just pick it up and swoosh it around. But as a display piece, this thing delivers on all fronts. If you want to transport it, it's probably best to slide it off the table and pick it up from underneath, with the other hand stabilizing the wing, but I found it also works if you pick it up by the front pillar and grab the top of the wing. That's the brand new T-6 Shuttle for you. Very cool model and a nice addition to our ever-growing collection. If you like this build and you would like to add it to your display, again you can find the building instructions on BrickVault.toys. Please leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe if you haven't already. We are constantly adding new super high quality builds to the store, and I personally always try to improve the experience for you here on YouTube, showing you the builds so you know best what to expect. Thanks for your support and for tuning in this week, and I'll catch you next week in the next MOC showcase video here on BrickVault.